It's Tuesday, June 30. Let's get into one of Korea's top economic stories today. We are looking at a staggering 1,558 trillion won, which is roughly 1.1 trillion US dollars, being funneled into a brand new semiconductor and AI infrastructure plan. Officials are, well, they're calling it a speed war.
Yeah, they're building this L belt,
Yeah.
which is, exactly what it sounds like. It's this massive L-shaped geographic corridor of tech hubs stretching right across the country's coastlines.
Right. So our mission for you today is really unpacking whether this incredibly aggressive timeline is just political noise or a genuine structural shift for Korea's economy.
Well, to grasp the sheer scale of this pivot, we really have to break down the mega project commitments driving it.
Because comparing this level of government and K-ball coordination to normal policies, I mean, it's basically like rebuilding an entire national grid. But I have to push back a bit on the geography here. Earmarking these funds specifically for the Honam region in the southwest, is that purely political favoritism, as opposition lawmakers claim?
No, and it really comes down to physical resources. The government earmarked 900 trillion won, roughly 643 billion US dollars, for semiconductor investment, including an 800 trillion won cluster in Honam. The president defends this for its abundant water, vast renewable energy grids, and stable industrial land.
Which makes sense because people might not realize just how incredibly thirsty semiconductor manufacturing is. You need millions of gallons of ultra-pure water every single day just to rinse the silicon wafers.
Exactly. You need the natural resources to sustain them. And the government allocated 550 trillion won, about 393 billion US dollars, to an AI data center build-out starting at 8.4 gigawatts. This policy effectively transitions Korea to an AI exporter within a decade.
Wait, an AI exporter within a decade? That is a wild timeline.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, training AI models requires massive compute power, so you can't afford to waste time, and the private sector is sprinting to match this, right?
They have to, yeah. SK Hynix advanced its Yongin complex timeline by 12 years, and Samsung shortened its national complex timeline by 7 years to double capacity.
Wow. So this coordinated industrial build-out isn't happening in a vacuum. Local investors are actively pricing in this hardware strategy. How exactly is the market digesting this combined 4,755 trillion won, roughly 3.4 trillion US dollar Samsung and SK investment?
Very well, actually. 70% of surveyed investors plan to increase stock holdings, with over a quarter betting the hashtag KPSPI hits 10,000 by year-end, provided currency and interest rates stabilize.
That is incredible market momentum. And briefly noting the broader economy here, the finance ministry is also considering direct cash payments for birth tax credits, specifically targeting low-income households.
Right, because you simply cannot build a trillion-dollar tech corridor if you don't have the future workforce to run it.
Exactly. So when we zoom out and look at all of this, the geography, the timelines, the massive capital, what does this all mean?
Earlier, we noted the 1,558 trillion won L-belt announcement. This scale signals Seoul is betting its entire industrial base on staying central to global AI chip supply. This isn't a short-term stimulus or political noise, but a structural pivot redefining the country's economic identity. For you watching from outside Korea, the integration of these mega projects with market optimism suggests a long-term hardware build-out that demands close attention.
It really leaves you pondering how these highly localized regional infrastructure bets might permanently shift global technological power balances over the next decade. That's today's AI PRISM, Front Page Daily. This episode was produced with AI assistance based on Seoul Economic Daily Reporting and reviewed by a human editor. AI PRISM is a Juan Ifra award-winning series. We'll be back tomorrow.